Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Carolina Panthers and going over their best and worst case scenario for them in the 2021 season. But before that topic, question for those of you viewing, comment down below where you got the Panthers ending up this year. Is it in the NFC Championship, leaving the wild card round, missing the playoffs, last in the division, top 5 draft pick, wherever it is? Comment down below and you'll kind of hear my answers throughout. Just to be clear though, before I go over the best and worst, this is the best. Everything could go right and this is the worst. Everything could go wrong. Neither of these are my serious predictions for where I think the Panthers will end up realistically. These were just if everything were to go in their way and everything were to go against them. Starting on a positive note though, starting off, I think if the Panthers, everything goes their way, the rookies pans out, Sam Darnold pans out, he becomes a top even 20 quarterback. He just becomes that franchise guy. They don't need him to be Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Russell Wilson, but if he could just be a guy a franchise can invest in, a Matt Ryan, a Derek Carr, a Kirk Cousins, somewhere along those lines where they can at least believe in him to be the guy for the future. Christian McCaffrey is healthy. He's back to top 2 running back form, maybe top 1 running back form. Jaycee Horn, the rookie behind him, turns out to be pretty good. Offensive line is sturdy with Brady Christian making a great immediate start on that line. Receiving core is developing fine. Robbie Anderson and Sam Darnold got that great chemistry again. DJ Moore is still on the come up. Terrace Marshall Jr. pans out. Dan Arnold and Ian Thomas still could catch the football. I know that neither of them are fantastic tight ends, but they know how to catch a football. They're reliable. Defense, it hits that top 10 range and pushes to being in the top 8, 7, 6, 5. Jaycee Horn pans out to be a guy that can win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jeremy Chin hits, the next best thing in year 2. AJ Boye does good. Dante Jackson does good. The new additions, Denzel Perryman, Hassan Reddick, help out the front 7, help out the pass rush of Shaq Thompson, Derek Brown, Brian Burns. This is a well-rounded team. On paper, the roster is good, Again, Sam Darnold turns out, everyone's healthy, rookies pan out, everyone progresses, Matt Rule progresses, Joe Brady progresses. This is a team at their best can go 12-5. I don't want to give them that 13-4, 14-3 range just because there's so much youth to this team, so much new to this team. Sam Darnold, even though he's not a rookie, he's a rookie to this playbook. A lot of their playmakers, possibly their third best receiver, Terrace Marshall Jr. is a rookie. Possibly a starting guard or tackle, and Brady Christian is a rookie. Possibly number 1 corner, Jaycee Horn is a rookie. A lot of youth to this team that there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be tough games throughout. You play the AFC East. Bills, Dolphins, maybe Xavier Howard leaves. It's a good matchup. Patriots, Jets first week. NFC South playing the Bucs twice. NFC East is not what it was. It's still the worst team in the division, but it's not a division that I think will have a below 500 winner making the playoffs. Giants are improving, Cowboys are improving, Washington is improving. These are all NFL teams. It will be tough, and I think with the Panthers just having so many new factors in place for this team, 13-4 and 14-3 might be out of reach. But 12-5 is still a very high achieving ceiling in my opinion. Looking at it the other way around, Sam Darnold is a bust. He's not worthy of being a first-round draft pick. He's a career quarterback backup. Christian McCaffrey still fighting injuries. Not all the rookies are exactly hits. Jaycee Horn's good, but he's not this number 1 potential. Terrace Marshall's good, but he's not worthy of starting. Brady Christian's okay, but he's going to need some time to develop. Again, this is worst-case scenarios. I'm not saying these are going to happen, because I know there's going to be some Panthers fans out there that say, what do you mean Jaycee Horn sucks? What do you mean Terrace Marshall Jr. is bad? What do you mean Brady Christian's not ready? What do you mean Sam Darnold sucks? I'm not saying these things are going to happen. I'm just saying if they were to, all those factors, Hassan Reddick brought in just doesn't help the pass rush. Him and Brian Burns can't get it done. DJ Moore, I'm not going to say he's bad, but he still doesn't progress. He's just where he was. He's stagnant. Robbie Anderson, Sam Darnold don't have that chemistry anymore. Christian McCaffrey can't be, number 1 running back anymore. He's fighting reps with Jaycee Horn. Matt Rule's still kind of unproven, and we can't find out if he's the guy. These are all worst-case scenario things. Worst-case scenario, I do think their floor could be 5-12. There's just so many variables to this team. Again, neither 12-5 or 5-12 is my prediction. I'm just saying if absolutely everything were to go in their favor, 12-5 it's possible. If everything were to go against them, 5-12 is possible. Again, neither of these I think will happen, but I think either can happen. Realistically, where I think they'll end up is somewhere in between 8-9, 9-8, 10-7. I think they'll be right around 500, fighting in the hunt to get a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to win the division now. You got the reigning Super Bowl champs in there. I think it's going to be tight across the rest of the way. You got the entire NFC West, Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cardinals, Packers are now back. I think they could fight for a wild card spot, but I think 12-5, they're just a year away. Sam Darnold's still young to this team, and even if he does click, I think it will be hard to really take over and carry this team. You know, Terrace Marshall Jr., Jaycee Horn, Brady Christian. These are a lot of big playmakers. Chuba Hubbard, but they're young. They're just rookies. You can't expect that much out of rookies to absolutely just upgrade the team instantly and instantly take them to a Super Bowl run. Can they in time and maybe one more offseason and maybe one more year? Of course. But this year, I think it's just a little bit soon to assume they'll go 13-4 or win the division. 12-5, like I said, is a possible ceiling, and it's a high-achieving ceiling, but it's the ceiling, in my opinion. And 5-12, again, not saying they'll hit it, but it's possible. The Panthers have a lot of swings are taken here that can be hits or misses. We'll just have to see how it turns out. Again, I think they'll be in the hunt, fighting for a wild card spot, right around 8-9, 9-8, 10-7. That record obviously is not ideal if you're looking for a Super Bowl, but to me, that very much so meets satisfactory. It lets your team know, hey, this year we didn't come close to the Super Bowl, but we came close to making a playoff run. We show we can turn around. We show we do got the guys. All we're lacking is chemistry and experience. Maybe one more player in the offseason, maybe one more pass rusher, maybe one more lineman, maybe one more corner. The little things that could be tweaked in one offseason. This is just a hurry up and wait thing until our guys are ready. We need, these 22, 23-year-olds to get in a year or two of NFL experience, become 24, 25, 26, hit their prime of athleticism, get some more knowledge in the league, wisdom in the league, learn from some mentors. This is a team that can go pretty far in the future years. This year, I think they're just short. We'll still be in the hunt for the playoffs, but again, anything is possible with this team. It can go one way or another. This is one of the bigger ranges I gave for best and worst case scenarios amongst teams in the NFL, because a lot could go right and a lot could go wrong. They are having a couple gambles on this team. We'll just have to see how it turns out, though. Where do you guys see them? Do you think they'll hit that ceiling 12-5? You think they'll go above that 13-4? You think they'll fall all the way down to 5-12, be worse than that, 4-13? Or you kind of like me, will they be in the middle, fighting for 500, fighting for a playoff spot while being in the hunt? We'll just have to see. Like I said, you guys comment down below and tell me. And for another question today, where do you think they'll end up at the end of the year? In the playoffs, in the NFC Championship, divisional round, wild card, winning the division, missing the playoffs, making the playoffs, where in the draft, whatever your thoughts are, top 10 draft pick, whatever your thoughts are, comment down below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, takes, comments. I'm open-minded. I'm willing to sway my mind one way or another. I'm willing to change my mind if one of you guys got the right take. I love responding to you guys and hearing what you have to say. If there's a player or subject or any kind of factor that I might not have taken into account, I'm open to hearing it from you guys. I love seeing them. As always, and of course, thank you for watching, guys. 2 in the morning.